Hi, I'm back. We were at the explanation of the Rajputs. So now there was a rivalry between the kingdoms during that. There was a rivalry between regional kingdoms of the regions which they had occupied, and they were between the 8th and the 10th centuries. I'll just read and let you know, and after that, I'll start the explanation again. So, this happened basically where they had fought basically for strategic regions. Other people were trying to conquer. Kingdoms used to fight with each other. This kingdom fighting with that kingdom fighting with that kingdom. But between the 8th and 10th centuries again, the powerful the empires arose in the northern and Deccan India. They were the Pratiharas of Western India, the Palas of Bengal, and the Rashtrakutas of the Deccan. Three people. The Pratiharas of the Western India, or the Gurjaras. Second is the Palas of Bengal and the Rashtrakutas of the Deccan, that's towards the south part. These three regional powers were engaged in wars with one another to establish control over the whole area. Okay. Now, all three of them wanted to conquer over the full north area, the northern India. So we have from the western side the Pratiharas, Palas from Bengal, West Bengal, that is towards the eastern side, and in the south we have the Deccans, the Rashtrakutas. These three were fighting within each other to gain the power at the north, the main place. If I had, I can show you the map, but it's very difficult to explain here on this map issues here. So I'll just explain it. You must have seen it in the link also. It has been explained. Now India had, over the northern India, it had an important city called Kanauj, which was very important for them. Kanauj was located on the banks of the river of Ganga, and its conquest meant control over the rich resource of the upper Ganga valley. The land next to the river side, which is coming down through the Ganges, the Ganga, is really very fertile and all rich resources at that time. For mainly because of trade and agriculture, this was there. The tripartite struggle finally weakened all the three kingdoms. The tripartite means three groups fighting together. Three groups. Three. So we have the Gurjara, Pratiharas, number 1. 2, the Palas. 3rd is the Rashtrakutas. Now we'll go details into them and I'll explain part by part. So we have done with the Rajputs, their origin, how did they come from, where did they come from. I have given you information. I have given you notes also. As far as I remember, I have put up a PDF or I guess a document in which I have information given to you. I can put up another information about today's as well. See, just going through the chapter, racing it through will not make any sense, guys. I want you to understand. Get into it. If you are not understanding, shoot me a message on the Harvard group. I'll get back to you. I'll try to explain it more, which parts you don't understand. That's why simultaneously with when I'm sharing info here in my videos, I send you links so that you understand it much more better. Third, I give you notes also. Whatever I speak, I try to type it down and send it to you. Okay. So before I talk to you, I also prepare for you what will be the easiest way to explain it to you. Got my point? So we are going to do that. So just before that, I just wanted to brief you again. Like in the sense about actually what happened. What was the rise of the kingdoms? The Marathas declared themselves independent under the leadership of Shivaji, number one. Then we have the Chandarbai. Okay, the Maratha was there. Then we had the Chandarbai. Then Bengal we have. Then we have Awadh. We have the Rajput kingdoms. Now the Rajput chiefs broke their alliances with the Mughal Empire and tried to establish themselves as independent rulers. However, they had fights. Raja Savai Jai Singh, the ruler of Abar, was the most outstanding Rajput ruler. He was the founder of the Pink City of Jaipur. He also took interest in science and astronomy. Rajputs were actually involved in, they were so much involved within themselves, fighting between themselves, like how you fight in the class. You pinch someone, you throw something, you throw paper, you are always fighting within yourselves. Okay, so people take advantage of that. So we see the rise of Bengal, we see the rise of Awadh, and people took advantage of it. Fighting between themselves, they had mutual rivalries and failed to reunite against the external powers. With the rise of Marathas, their influence began to deteriorate. Deteriorate means going down, downfall. So this is what actually happened. Then we have, if I am not mistaken, after that we have the Hyderabad and the Carnatics, we have Punjab, we have the Rajput kingdoms, like the Rajput kingdoms were divided into very small states. The large Rajput states were involved in petty quarrels, as I said, and wars between themselves. Okay. He tried, Rajput Raja Savai Jai Singh tried to make a good, he was trying to do better things for them, but they had fights between themselves. The Pink City of Jaipur. Okay, it's a huge place, a great center of art and science. Okay. He built the Jantar Mantar. He also erected observatories at Delhi, Jaipur, Mathura, Ujjain, and yes, at Banaras also. But again, they had fights between themselves, which put them down. Okay. So we'll go part by part now. So I'm going to tell you about, first we'll see what happened with that first group. What was the first group? The Gurjaras. Now the Pratiharas established the state of Marwar. Pratiharas established the state of Marwar in Rajasthan. Okay. They gained prominence during the rule of Nagabhatta. That's Nagabhatta 1 from 750 to 880 CE, who extended the empire by conquering Malwa and Bharuch, which is in Gujarat. During his reign, he defeated the Arabs who wanted to seize Malwa. The Pratihara dynasty reached its peak under the rule of Mihir Bhoja, that is 836 to 90 CE. Also known as Bhoja the Great. Though he suffered initial setbacks, he expanded the kingdom to the east and made conquests in Punjab, Awadh, Malwa and Gujarat. He made conquests there. He fought many battles. Now, he established his capital at Kanauj. Trade between Pratiharas and Central Asia starting to flourish. So everything was going on good for the Gurjaras. The kingdom had a strong standing army and fine cavalry. Continuous wars and invasions by Muhammad of Ghazni led to the decline of the Pratiharas by the 10th century CE. Even though they had, see, there was a party. There was a tripartite, didn't I say? Who are the tripartites? The Pratiharas, the Palas and the Rashtrakutas. They jointly were fighting together with themselves, but they were trying to come over northern India, and Muhammad of Ghazni constantly started hitting one person, the Pratiharas, and finally led the decline of the Pratiharas. So I am going to give you full summary of it again. See, I read and in the next video or in the next class I come back again from where I left. We cannot learn history in one day. As the Taj Mahal was not built in one day, so we cannot learn history in one day also. So let's go slowly, step by step. I don't want to pressurize you. I don't want you to have pressure. You already have pressure. You are already in tension, but please don't worry. So everything is going to be fine. The main thing of learning is you have to write. If you learn to write, you will be learning to know. So today what I am going to do is, I'll put up information about the Rajputs. You'll go through that and I'll meet you in the next class. Okay. So today is Thursday. So I'll meet you on I guess Tuesday again, right? So Tuesday will be SST again. So when I meet you on Tuesday, you will get more information. So till then you learn this part of the Rajputs and you write it down and you see what problems are you facing, and send me a message. Okay, write it down, and you can always, and the channels which you are seeing, it's already on YouTube, and if you subscribe to the Hartford the link, you can send me messages also on YouTube, so I'll get that, because I'm always on this channel, because I'm uploading files and I'm taking care of it. So I'll be in touch with you. But the better thing is, going on the social media gets open to all. So it's better you have the Hartford group in the school. You jot me down your information there, and I'll get back to you. You just explain. You just tell me what you want, and I will explain it to you in that way. Okay, guys. So see you. Take care of yourself. Study. Try to get yourself disciplined more. Do some time management with yourself. Try to see your faults. Try to see your good points and improvise on that. Become proactive. Don't become a pro like you do in Free Fire. Become proactive in your life also as well. It's going to help you a lot. This is the best chance. God has given us all a blessing to show ourselves our positivity, our productivity. Okay, like as the air has also become clear, and the atmosphere has become clear, the climate has changed, so there's so much fresh air because of non-pollution. So things are changing. It's going to happen. Better things are going to happen. So good times are coming. So just be like that, and study every day. Keep in touch with your books, and I request you to do your writings as well, and do your word meanings as many as you can. It's not a hard and fast rule that you have to do 100 words today. Do it and write it and keep it, so that when I check, I can see that you have done some work. Now don't do it just before the school opens. That's going to be hectic. So do it on an everyday basis. Okay, get into the normal thing, like you are in school but you are still relaxed. So do it in that way. I expect that from you guys. You guys listen to me, and hi Cheetah, and hi Tiger, and hi Divyanshu, Ayush, hi to everybody. And you guys take care of yourself, and after you do whatever you want after you do your studies. Okay guys, take care. Bye bye. I'll meet you in the next class again. Bye bye.